You can't help breathing a little deeper when you see promise in motion. In Burkina Faso, the dust that once settled over roads now hums from heavy machinery. The days when far-off villages felt cut off by mud, sand, or lack of pavement seem to be changing. Under Ibrahim Traoré's leadership, a bold initiative called Faso Mêbo is bringing new life into worn paths. The government has brought in nearly 900 pieces of road construction machinery, machines that roar into places where silence used to dominate. There's a certain urgency in what's happening. Traoré's team is setting ambitious goals, building 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers of roads per year. Those targets aren't just numbers on paper. They are promises to farmers, teachers, market goers, and people who need ambulances to reach them in time. When roads are reliable, goods can travel, children can attend school even in the rainy season, and markets can flourish rather than decay. What gives all this weight is the focus on not just speed, but independence. There's no over-reliance on foreign contractors. Instead, the government is acquiring its own machinery, training local labor, and engaging rural communities to build roads themselves. It's as if the entire country is being asked, what does your home look like when you can drive from one town to another without sinking into mud? And people answer with pickaxes, graders, asphalt, and sweat. Some roads being rehabilitated are national highways. Others are secondary routes connecting remote areas. One notable project is the Bobo Dioulasso to Koloko Road, about 147 kilometers long, linking Burkina Faso to Mali. People in that region are watching trucks and rollers where there used to be problem spots during rains. Where travel was once a gamble, now there is expectation. On days when machinery is parked, you see small groups of people watching, children running alongside graders, and local vendors assessing progress. There's hope, yes, but also skepticism from those who've seen plans announced before, but delayed. But this time, many say they feel differently. They see equipment moving, embankments rising, asphalt laying. They hear tires on fresh pavement. There are also challenges: weather, funding, terrain. Some places are remote, some roads need bridges, culverts, and drainage. Rain seasons still pose risks to roads not well built. Maintaining all these roads is a task. It's one thing to build, another to keep them functioning year after year. But the mood seems grounded in resolve. Traoré's government appears to be learning to move fast without sacrificing quality. Machinery procurement, local training, and community involvement are all being emphasized. The stories from people on the ground are small, but powerful. A farmer who used to wait 2 full days to get his harvest to market because trucks got stuck in mud now makes the trip in half a day. A student who missed school in rainstorms because roads were impassable now attends full months of classes. A mother who needed medical care, who used to suffer the risk of delayed transport, now sees the ambulance reach through. These real differences matter in ways numbers can't always convey. Traoré's vision, 2050, which many interpret as a long-term plan for Burkina Faso's transformation, seems to anchor these road projects. It's not just about roads for commerce. Roads are about dignity, connection, shrinking distances between rural and urban, improving security through mobility, and giving people access to services. When a road reduces travel time from a village to the nearest clinic, that can change lives. When goods reach markets more reliably, prices stabilize and incomes improve. Every stretch of paved road is a stretch of possibility. International observers seem surprised. The West, regional partners, and foreign analysts sometimes see such rapid infrastructure work and expect delays. Yet with plans like Faso Mêbo, machinery arriving, and annual targets being clear, Burkina Faso appears to be pushing expectations. The shock isn't just in doing big things, it's in doing them with local heart, local labor, and local ownership. When you imagine driving across Burkina Faso in 5 years, instead of corrugated roads, potholes, and seasonal cuts, think smooth blacktop, reliable connections, trucks full of goods, students in school, and health workers traveling distances without fear of blockage. Traoré's push isn't perfect yet, but it feels like a pivot point, a turning moment. The Faso Mêbo Initiative isn't just a government project. It is a heartbeat of progress echoing across Burkina Faso. When Ibrahim Traoré announced it, people didn't just hear about roads, they heard about freedom, about finally taking charge of their own future. For years, the country had relied heavily on foreign companies and aid for big infrastructure work, but now, something feels different. Machines rolling into towns are owned by Burkinabe hands, operated by local workers, driven by local hope. You can almost feel the pride in the air, the kind that comes when a nation decides, we can do this ourselves. Every kilometer built isn't just concrete and tar, it's a story of unity. Villagers, engineers, and soldiers working side by side, sometimes under scorching sun, sometimes through long nights, all driven by the same purpose, to connect their land. It's about making travel easier, yes, but also about reclaiming independence in the truest sense. The initiative has become a symbol of resilience, of a people learning to rely on their own hands and heart. And as those roads stretch further, they carry something far greater than vehicles. They carry the spirit of a nation finding its own way forward. Across Burkina Faso, something powerful is unfolding. Not just roads being built, but people being lifted. The new infrastructure projects under Ibrahim Traoré's leadership are giving local communities a sense of purpose and belonging. In villages that were once cut off, men and women are now part of the rebuilding process, working side by side to reshape their own futures. You can see it in their faces, the pride of knowing their hands are building something that will outlast them. Instead of foreign companies coming in, local workers are being trained, local materials are being used, and the money stays within the communities. Every road built creates new opportunities. Small markets springing up, schools becoming more accessible, ambulances reaching homes faster. For many, this is the first time they've felt included in something so big. It's not just about asphalt, it's about dignity. When a young worker stands beside a finished stretch of road, he doesn't just see a path, he sees hope, he sees progress that he helped create. That feeling, that pride, is how nations truly grow, from the ground up, one road, one community, one dream at a time. Vision 2050 is more than just a long-term plan. It is a dream of what Burkina Faso could become when every part of the country is connected, empowered, and moving forward together. Ibrahim Traoré's vision reaches far beyond roads. It's about unity, access, and opportunity for every citizen, no matter where they live. Imagine a farmer in a remote village who can now transport his crops easily, or a student who can reach school without being blocked by floods or broken roads. That's the kind of future Vision 2050 is building, one where connection means progress. The plan envisions a Burkina Faso that stands proudly on its own feet, driven by self-reliance, innovation, and solidarity. Roads are becoming lifelines, linking people, resources, and ideas in ways that strengthen the entire nation. Every new bridge, every kilometer of pavement is like a thread weaving communities together into one fabric of strength. For the youth, it is a promise that they belong to a country that is not standing still, but boldly shaping its tomorrow. It's a vision of movement, of hope, and of a people no longer defined by their struggles, but by their unstoppable drive to build a future with their own hands. If you found this story eye-opening, imagine being part of a community that stays ahead of every major change shaping Africa's future. By subscribing, you'll get early access to powerful stories, real insights, and updates that help you understand where the continent is truly headed. Like this video if you believe progress should be seen and shared. Comment your thoughts below. Your perspective could inspire someone else to think differently. Subscribe now and be part of a growing movement that values truth, leadership, and transformation.